Hello everyone, Hagman Sale here again, back with another indie game review. This time we'll be talking about a game we played a little while back called Just King. For those of you that are unfamiliar with Just King, it's essentially kind of an auto-battler. You have your king, and then on each of the four cardinal directions of the king, you can have one little ally attached. So essentially there's 5 of you, there's the king, and then his 4 allies. The allies are your little attackers that take on, any of a bunch of different roles. They can defend, they can heal, they can do ranged attack, magic attacks, melee attacks, and they do get buffs based on their little subtitles. There's subclasses for each of them, and there's some synergies that happen if you have multiple guys in the same subgenre. There's also a lot of equipments you can give to your guys to give them additional shield, additional health. It could be attack speed. It could be area of effect, radius. I thought this one was fun enough when we played it. You control the king's movement, but then otherwise the game really is you control the king's movement and you rotate him around so that you kind of put the ally that you want in front of you between you and the enemies. So you can actually rotate him around so that you may have the knight there, but then once he gets low you rotate so it's the turtle, and then you can try to keep the bards and melee users and magic users and ranged attackers away from the action by rotating them. But essentially all of the attacks that they do is on cooldown, and so they attack and aim on their own. We played a couple runs of this. There are several different worlds. We beat a run in the first world, which unlocked the second world, which was this ice one that had this effect of there are these 3 campfires that you'd have to keep your guys in to keep them from getting slowed down and damaged by the frost. So every time a campfire was lit, you'd have to make sure your guys were in that range to make sure that they could warm up. But I have to say, after we beat that second run, we moved on to this water world, and I completely was just taken out of the game in this world. You had to start worrying about your guys' air levels, so you'd have to not only run around the map to angle your guys to attack the enemies and prevent your guys from getting hurt, but you'd have to go over where they were spawning these air bubbles to make sure that your guys had enough air to be in this underwater level. And then if you didn't have enough air, you just lost. And frankly, I thought that zone was just not fun at all. I thought there was way too much to worry about, and it just played out less fun than the zones before. So that really took me out of it. But I think this is one of those games where, at least for me, you played a couple of runs and you beat it a couple of times, and you really see what you want to out of it. I don't think the game itself, the gameplay is not particularly super enjoyable long term. But it did have a low cost, so if you wanted to give this one a try, you could do that and let me know what you think about it. I do see some appeal here. I thought it had some interesting ideas with having the different builds of your allies by connecting multiple of the same subgenre, and rotating them around did take some strategy. But all in all, Just King was a game that I played for probably an hour and a half, maybe. And like I said, I got to the water zone and I was just taken out of it. If you like Just King and you've tried it and you thought it was better than I did, feel free to comment and let me know. Let me know what your favorite parts about it were. If you like hearing these reviews, feel free to give the video a like. If you haven't subscribed and you'd like to do so, I know I say it all the time, but it really would help us grow the channel, and we can continue putting out reviews of these indie games that we really like showcasing to everybody. I appreciate you guys watching this. Let me know in the comments what you thought about Just King, and I hope you enjoy the next video.